What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope everybody's doing great. I'm out here getting a walk in on my favorite trail. I live here at Lake Guntersville in Alabama, and man, it's a beautiful place. I grew up in Northern California. I lived there for 23 years, and now I've lived here in Alabama for 14. So I spent a lot of time here. I love it. I'm never leaving. But I was walking the other day and I'm thinking, man, I've got so many cool stories over the years that I have shared with like family and friends, and you know, some other fishermen just along the way, just talking. But I've never like really shared the story of like some of these things and how they've happened. So I thought this would be a good place to do that, and I'm gonna just go with the banger on the first one, guys. This is the craziest story that's ever happened to me while fishing, or you know, any story related to me fishing. Hands down the craziest story. Something I'll never be able to beat, never be able to top. I'd probably bet any amount of money I have on that, because this one's nuts. This is how I caught a 13-pound 9-ounce bass on my last cast of the day in a tournament. And this was back in 2008, March 2008, at the California Delta. I was fishing as a co-angler back then. So I was 21 years old at the time, fishing as a co-angler, trying to get my feet wet in the fishing world, trying to figure out where I was gonna end up, how everything was gonna work out. And the first day I had maybe 10 or 11 pounds. I was around 100th place, 110th place. Not that great. But the second day, go out there, draw a guy named Jeff Billings. This is a National Guard FLW Western Series back then. So the biggest tournaments we had on the West Coast. I draw a guy named Jeff Billings. We go out there, we have a nice day fishing. I have 4 3-pounders, so not bad. 4 for right at 12 pounds. And a 12-1/4-inch fish that I just can't get rid of all day long. No matter where we stopped, wherever we went, I couldn't get rid of it. And back then, guys, the Delta was unbelievable. I'm talking world class, some of the best fishing, you know, ever on earth as far as I'm concerned. And just one of the coolest places on earth. Still is one of the coolest places to this day. But the fishing back then was unbelievable. So I can't get rid of this fish. We have about 30 minutes left. And back then, Frank's Track was the big community area where the tournaments went out of. It's where so many fish would spawn. It's where Aaron Martin's, you know, he won throwing a drop shot, a Bassmaster Elite Series event. I was throwing a drop shot in there. Everybody would throw a drop shot, and we would throw it on a bait caster with 12 or 15 pound fluorocarbon. So we go in there with about 30 minutes left, and keep in mind, I've got my bait caster with 12 pound fluorocarbon on. Fish around, still can't get rid of the fish. At this point, we have 4 or 5 minutes left, and we're just around the corner from takeoff. And Jeff picks up the trolling motor. He said, dude, we got to go in. We're kind of out of time. Or not kind of. We are out of time. And me being 21 at the time, you know, I say, of course, have to say, well, I'm gonna make one more cast real quick. I remember looking at him strapping the rods down at the front of the boat and taking my drop shot and just pitching it out there maybe 30, 40 feet. I pick up, my line swimming off instantly. So I set the hook, my line goes right back into the toolies, right where I just flipped. And I mean, pulling hard, guys, like mega hard. And so I know I've got something big. I really don't know what it is because it feels so big. It's hung in these reeds, but just pulling incredibly hard. And Jeff is like, dude, what do you need me to do? You need me to put the trolling motor down? I'm sitting there screaming, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I know we're out of time. I know I've got a big fish on. I don't know how to get it out of here right now with enough time. Miracle, the fish comes out of the toolies and starts swimming straight at the boat. And I tell Jeff, she's coming, dude, she's coming. It comes up and jumps right next to the boat. He nets it, lays it in the bottom of the boat, and he starts screaming and shaking me. A lot of people asked if he was mad that I caught this fish. He wasn't mad at all. The guy, I've never seen somebody so happy for somebody else. He started screaming, shaking me. That's the biggest bass I've ever seen, dude. That's the biggest bass I've ever seen. And me too. I've never seen anything that big. Close, you know, maybe 11 pounds up to that point, but nothing like this. You guys have seen the picture by now. Here it is again. You can see how young I am. It's just a giant fish, monster, right? He's helping me get my life jacket on. I'm grabbing this fish off the bottom of the boat, lay it in the live well, and I've got my life jacket on, and he starts the big motor, and I'm bent back over the seat trying to find that 12 1/4 incher. I make a coal on the last cast that was roughly 12 1/4, 12.5 pound coal, somewhere right in there. Go from having 13 pounds to 24 pounds, move from 110th or 100th all the way to 10th place that day. Know I'm gonna get a check at this point, which was a big deal for me back then, just getting paid and getting some money. So this was a big deal. And I go in there, weigh the fish in, 13 pounds, 9 ounces, guys. Unreal. Still can't believe it till this day. Every time I think about it, I'm like, there's no way, dude. Last cast, 12 1/4 pound coal, unexplainable, unbelievable. Coolest story I've ever had happen to me on the water. I've had a lot of things happen. I'll share other stories with you guys, but this one tops the list. And what that taught me early on at a young age, 21, you fish very hard until the very last second that you can every day on the water, because one cast literally made all the difference in me catching what is still, I believe, to this day, the 5th biggest bass ever caught in FLW or MLF history. That's crazy to say. Always fish hard until the very end, guys. You never know what's gonna bite. And it might just be the biggest fish you've ever caught. That's the biggest one I've ever caught. Still to this day, how many years later? 2008, 15 years later, 15 and a half years later now. So anyways, guys, hope you all have a great day. I'm gonna finish my walk and I'll be thinking about some stories for next time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Fish hard. We'll see you next time. Take care.